I'm the kid that was raised in the culture of DIY, designing and producing t-shirts for my friends since I was 16. So it was the normal thing for me that on the end I wanted to grow a company that produces clothing that I would like to wear. Turbokolor started 10 years ago. Yeah, we started in Poland, and at that time in Poland the streetwear or skatewear was all gray, brown, navy and black. And if you live in a country where the 6 months are gray, rainy and snow, you want to do something which makes the atmosphere more colorful and sunny. This is probably the way how I came with the name Turbokolor. Well, I started to skate like when I was 14. Now I'm 36, so it's pretty long time. I was never a really good skateboarder because I'm a huge guy spending most of time in the studio. But what I learned from skateboarding is that it's not all about how many stairs you jump. It's all about enthusiasm and how you express yourself. So my main expression in skateboarding was art, designing skateboards and a lot of things around it, because skateboarding is not a sport, it's a culture. This is the part where the whole production team is working. A lot of samples, different fabrics, labels, everything. Next year we have our 10 years anniversary. A lot of friends did something for us. We will have nice collabs. This is, for example, the artwork was made for us by one of the most influential skateboarders ever, Steve Caballero. It will come out in February.
One of the first times I met Pawel was 11 or 12 years ago. I was on a trip to Poland, and Swanski was like up and coming artist at the time. You know, the brand wasn't around, and we knew someone that took us there to his like studio at the time just to say what's up. And then I didn't speak to him for 11 years. I seen some of his collaborations with Cliché, and he did some stuff with Lakai, and there's a mural at the Crail Tap Park and stuff. So he started, blowing up in the art world.
I was skateboarding with Jan Cleaver, who was on Cliché at the time. He asked me to do a board for him. It ended up with the whole series of boards. After that, I started to work with other companies. So on the end, with the snowball effect, it ends up in California working with my friends at Girl or other companies. It's just, I was doing it all the time, and I didn't change my way. And I was just super focused on their work. And now they are my friends, or I worked with them, like, I don't know, Andy Jenkins, FTC, or other people. It helps for sure if some people see my work on FTC t-shirt or Girl t-shirt or Lakai t-shirt, and then they see the same on my t-shirt of my own brand.
It's a really funny story how I got involved with Turbokolor. Footprint had just started, and I needed graphics for our first line of Footprint insoles. Just one day, I was watching, interestingly, Vice travel guide, and it was like, From Poland with Love, and they did a coverage of an art show with this like artist based in Poland, and I saw his art and I was like, this is sick. Like, it's unique, it's fresh, and it's like a style I hadn't never seen before. So I was like, his name was Swanski, so I was like, let me check Google out. So I found his website, I sent him an email, I was like, hey, I saw your art, I really like it, and I need graphics for like Guy Mariano, Brandon Biebel, Vincent Alvarez. He hit me back, basically did the graphics, and I went to Poland and he showed me about Turbokolor, which was his like clothing brand that he had going on. It was like a niche thing. Like, it was in Warsaw, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia was the main markets for it. And If you look at Turbokolor, if you look at the graphics and look at the artwork and just the whole ideology of it, it's like everything he thinks of is a new spin that you haven't seen before. Plus, it's like the phrase plus the art to match it that makes you think something. So I was like, what can we do to try to bring it to a global scale, to bring something new and fresh into like a market that I feel is like everything is kind of stale and old.
I was originally introduced to Turbokolor through Pawel Swanski, who's the brand manager, the artist, the godfather behind the brand, I guess. He was coming out for an agenda show to actually start showing his all of his gear for the first time. And he knew Jason, who runs Footprint Insoles. So he's staying with Jason, and Jason pulled this huge box of like sample clothes out of his trunk. He was like, hey, we want you to check this stuff out. And then during that process, I was like kind of giving my feedback, and then Paul was like, hey, you want to be a part of this? You want to kind of help me grow this thing in the US? Maybe people don't know about it yet, but the way he's designing clothes, they're so cool looking and advanced looking that when people start catching on, it's going to be, you know, a new trend, I feel like.
Skateboard company needs influential skateboarders. We're not buying people like athletes to big companies. It's not a running game, it's not basketball. We just work with our homies.
It seemed that me and him were both on the same page in terms of what kind of feel and vibe the clothing that he likes and what I like are on the same, you know, we're on the same page. I think it's more of like a workman, like really solid workman artist feel to it, which is, you know, it's kind of hard not to like that, especially in the younger generation, you know what I mean?
What I like about Turbokolor is that, like, the art. I just like what fucking Pawel's doing.
Of course I can get Rihanna wearing my clothes if I pay it, or any other artists, but it's not the way how I see it. It's just working with people who understand my point of view and the way how I want to create the brand.
For me, the exciting thing about Turbokolor is like every single season that comes out, you don't know what to expect. Like I'm always wondering, what is Swanski gonna think of next? Because it's always some unique graphic, something really super dope that you couldn't imagine that he imagines. So I just always want to see what he's gonna come with next.
My future plans and hopes with the company are that I don't have to fight with giants, with giant companies, like, because it's not a fair game. I would love to see the world in a balance, that there are big players and small players, and big players respect the small players, don't want to get rid of them.